God damn it, I hate this that it's close up. Markers for no reason. Clothing.
Get them! Over there! There's one of them vermin! Boom! Christ! He's dead! Sorry, sir. No admittance. Oi! It's elite! Die, vermin! This one's mine! End to you! Kill him!
You can hear people running up there. Blind Gourmet's menu.
A restaurant where the guests are blindfolded before being seated. Intriguing.
All our customers are blindfolded before sitting at the table. They are invited to use all their senses to enjoy their meals except their sight. Oh boy, that can be a horror. Part of the restaurant. Up there?
It's locked, all right.
Oh, what the? Oh, he actually did jump. His little friend go.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Don't know if I would trust such a restaurant, knowing how evil some people can be. Good double barrel, huh? I just don't trust people enough for that experience, I think. Oh, what the?
More Braille.
Oh, nice.
I should bring this to Mason Swanborough.
Need one more. Okay, that's one. Let's see what. Fertile is the belly of the beast. Can't do that one. We need to get further in the story, I think.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
I have found a restaurant that could satisfy you, Mr. Russell. The most intriguing and exotic restaurant in London.
Really? You have piqued my interest. Where is it?
It's a place where you eat in complete darkness and try to identify your meal without anything but your palate.
My, oh my, how interesting. It could even be fun to eat a little poisson et fruit that way. Oh, thank you, Dr. Reed. Please, have this for your research.
200.
Goodbye, Mr. Russell.
Not too shabby. Oh, that was it? But I had to go to the mall. Yeah. The only jolly one in this gloomy time. Right, we can upgrade it. Let's go! I need 4 more. Alright, a lot more damage. I need sodium. I can use this one against beasts and vampires. Want the incinerary damage. Did you need to get married, Ali? Guess it's just as well as we go in and do this because these enemies have respawned in the paths of these places anyway. Let's go in with the story, see what happens. We can just as well also go and sleep after that. The ball. Let's see with this weird club. Hello.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Been having some troubles here?
Welcome to the Ascalon Club.
has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Oh, god damn it. Didn't think it would take me outside. Open now. Guess you didn't think I was gonna end up outside. Yep, let me get my last coffee for today. Be right back. Yeah, off today. Oh, you slow, Caloria. Getting old and slow.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
And a collectible, huh?
I cannot enter.
Nope. Bob doesn't want crickets either. Let's see what we have in the basement. Caskets? No. Coffin? Collectible. That was it. Away. Run! Meet these little vampires.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bancher was no match for him. Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She has proved to be helpful on many occasions.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is immortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why are you suddenly so friendly? The last time I met one of yours, he tried to kill me.
Are you referring to Fergal? He was the most useful of servants, but he was just a servant. You, on the other hand, Doctor, proved yourself much more worthy.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Yeah, exactly. Awful gothic.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Okay.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted it.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Bearer.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
You were spying on me.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod, all muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed, ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
I miss him playing in the Gothic series and
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Lord Redgrave can play with the brave all he wants.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Skulls.
I have met peaceful and wise Skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
This new malevolence.
Oh, yeah.
Skulls have been spotted everywhere in London.
Nice. Now we can enter Emily's place.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in, to cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear. A necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
He's like an early Trump. Okay.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
Ah, crap. Okay, so we're gonna go and evolve. Oh wait, we can talk to the locals here first, I guess. Or, yeah, let's do that. Question is which ones we need to talk to.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Yeah, we can do that, and we can do Emily.
Support the equality between men and women.
Let's go and chat with Emily real quick.
Hello again, Venus.
Jonathan, you're still up. Can't you just knock at people's doors during the day?
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Oh, let me loot. Just borrowing some stuff, you know. Hey, the bot knows. Vienna's journal, huh? 9th of July 1918. I spent the last day and night crying tears of joy. I did not know bliss could be so painful. My Clarence just wrote me. He's back from the war alive and unharmed. He will be at home in 2 weeks. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. I can't wait, should you say? Probably. I can't wait to see my beloved husband again. 14th of August 1918. Clarence attitude still worries me. He's not the same since he came back. The first few weeks I thought it was just a necessary adjustment period, but his behavior seemed to be more and more erratic. Nowadays he spends all his time outside, day and night, searching for evidence. He does not care about the flu, he does not care about me, he is starting to frighten me. 21st September 1918. Can't believe this. Clarence has spent half of his pension to print some stupid leaflets he now wants to freely give away in the neighborhood. People started to laugh at me. Now he wants to organize some public lecture in a recently closed theater to warn people about the presence of evil creatures in London. Free entry, of course. My husband may have come back unharmed from the war, but I'm afraid he lost his mind over there. 24th of September 1918. Clarence just confessed he has not spent half of his pension, but all of it, plus some of our savings. Paper and inks cost so much because of the war, he said, but it's a cost we must pay. People openly mock us now. I don't know what to do. 5th of October 1918. Today the butcher, Mr. Galloway, sent me the monthly fee and requested payment in full. He also told me he now demands to be paid each time we buy some meat from his shop. No more credit. The baker asked the same thing 2 days ago. First I thought it was a new policy because of the restrictions and the epidemic, but it seems my friends still have financial arrangements from the same shop. I was so ashamed I could not speak. 8th of October 1918. We can't keep on like this. Clarence is completely mad. He's spending all the money we have. I don't see how to stop him. Sometimes I wish he did not come back from the war. Okay, going to have a little chat with her then.
I remember when Mary came here with her husband and her son.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden, and I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with vampires.
It drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt. I was so relieved to have him back. But I quickly realized he'd lost his mind in France.
I understand your irritation, Venus. But you have to accept the trauma Clarence endured on the battlefield.
The question is simple, Jonathan. Is my husband mad? Yes or no? Do vampires exist? Or is Clarence a lunatic?
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary, bless her soul, had tried to convince you of the existence of bloody vampires, would you have believed her? Seriously?
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan. He should have told me the horrors he witnessed, however appalling it was, instead of inventing a fantasy about blood-drinking monsters.
What do you think about Clarence squandering his fortune on his obsession?
Soon we'll be poor and forced to sell the house. Where will we go? In which filthy, infected part of town will we end up? I'm so afraid.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Goodbye for now.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
No invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign. No sign of a struggle. It seems Charlotte's friend knew the killer and let him in.
Emily's love letter, 5th of November 1918. My dear Jack West. My dear Jack. Can't wait to see you again tonight, tomorrow, in Hollyway. Since we kissed on that bridge while the moon was so bright in the night sky. I want to feel your teeth again on my lips. Or the excruciating pain of your sweet bite on my neck, you devil you. For the longest second ever, I feared you were going to kill me right there on the bridge in the middle of the night. But no, my dear Jack. You remain the delicate fiancé I know you are. You were only teasing me. Can't wait to drink your blood for good this time. Come back to my sweet friend Charlotte as an immortal. You play with her a little. First, of course, like you taught me how to play with mortals. And then I'll turn her into one of us too. And we will rule the Knights of London and cleanse this city of its impure souls. Faithfully always, Emily.
Emily wanted to become a vampire. Something must have gone wrong. Someone is responsible for this mess. But who? Blood. I should follow the trail.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I'm not here to sustain myself. I'm currently investigating the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire?
Chicken.
You're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
What are you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate yet intense spectacle.
You take pleasure from others' misery.
I have been a totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was reborn, sir. And probably before.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Econs as family, don't you?
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last redingote.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
Her body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
I believe you, sir. Emily's diary confirms your statement.
Oh, Emily was her name. Quite charming. Well, mystery solved then.
Yes, I suppose so. You can go.
And so can you. Farewell, sir. May you enjoy the spectacle of this fallen city as much as I do.
There's a little rat lady.
Rats. Tasty rats. Those clever rodents are cautious now. They won't approach.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
Infection. Infection. The rats carry it, I heard. Rats. 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 Many rats around that big house. Funny smell, too. Dead flesh.
And where is this house?
West of the park. Not very far. A big house with no sound, no light, no life left.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Okay, so we have 2 spots to go to.
Good evening, old chap.
I won't lie.
Do you realize You are ruining your family, Clarence. Don't you see the risk here?
Money isn't important. Not important when it is a matter of life and death. That is what my dear Venus cannot understand.
People will laugh at you, if they don't already. Think about your wife and your position. Think about your future.
I understand my wife's embarrassment, but gossips don't kill, vampires do. There'll be no future if people don't open their eyes.
I can't believe I'm telling you this, but if warning people is that important to you, why not choose a more efficient way to spend your money?
Don't you think I tried? I knocked at every door, went to every bank, I even tried to be published. No, Jonathan. This is a one-man war.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
You need some rest.
Okay.
Women's right to vote is only the...
Inform her about
Good
Emily.
evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
I have found out what happened to your friend, Emily.
I can handle the truth. There's no need to hide the bloody details.
Your friend was planning to become a vampire. She thought she'd met an honest one and made a deal with him. Unfortunately, Emily did not survive the process.
My mother told me many times about the risks of being turned. I often suspected she exaggerated the danger to avoid me being tempted.
No, the risk is real. Have you any idea what a body has to endure to become an organism entirely consumed by its need to process and recombine blood?
I should never have talked to Emily about vampires. I never thought she'd actually try it without me. Thank you, sir. Here, take this for your discretion.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Question is, if I'm gonna go over here, talk, and get this, get these two done. Because that one needs to be done at the way. Over here, probably inside some building or something. Then we have this one, which is the hospital.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for? It's locked, all right.
I have to go over there and around. Okay, so I think if we're gonna do like this, I think we're gonna go and wait. Thinking about evolving, but Ah, boy. Don't be picky, man.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yeah, we got a pretty good solid stake. It's maxed out. Well, it's good because he has slots for free.
mutation. Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution?
Love letter. Darling, thank you for the precious perfume and fur coat. Can't wait to feel your hands on my shivering skin. For only you, my hero, can make me feel that desired. Please come back to me soon, for I'm dying to press my timid bosom to your chest again. Yes, my beloved, my precious, come back to me, and I promise you a night of eternal and unbridled passion. Right now, I'm wearing nothing but your last gifts. Oh yes, I'm burning for you, and I can't wait for you to share my untamable lust. Your devoted Doris Fletcher.
So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
So hanky-panky, huh?
All countries unite! Women die!
Side.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
He's mine! Stop! Watch out! It's fast! Put an end to you!
This woman's body has multiple lacerations. They're deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage. He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture.
Jesus. Somebody is a bit upset.
This one's neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
You thought I was dead too, didn't you? No, I was just pretending. Doris told me I could have been a great actress.
You killed your family.
They mocked my talent.
Lunatic. Letter from the Fletcher Acting School. Dear Elsa, it's with the greatest joy that I can confirm with this letter your acceptance as a private student into my acting school. The little scene you had the kindness to perform for me last week convinced me that you have what it takes to be a real actress. Wit, stature, and courage. As a private student, you will receive my personal training and coaching. During these intense sessions, you'll be invited to stay at the school since I strongly believe in total immersion to expose the full potential of my students. So please remember to bring night attire and anything you may need to spend a week at my schools. And yours sincerely, Doris Fletcher.
So, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher Acting School.
Had this big covenant. Let's see. Do 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 do.
Doris Fletcher seems to be the missing link here. It can't just be a coincidence. I should go to her acting school.
So we can go and do that one and do that one, so we should go and Let's go and evolve. What happens?
Does not seem real.
Get that. It didn't cost so much to upgrade, man. A little bit more health. Whoop. The following night, one gets cured and somebody else gets sick and blah blah blah. She's sick. There's a cold. Okay, that one's fine. And that one's fine. Okay, so it says one he needs for cold. And she for the headache. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. So let's make cold cure. This too. We should make this. Let's see. Nice, we can put it all the way. Well, I need more aluminum parts for that. Okay. Add 9 more stun points to it. Tempting. Actually, let's do it like this. So all out for blood. Need one more good handle. Well, actually, we need a lot more. Need 6, 7. I need to buy aluminium parts. How about this one? Let's just go without damage. I need to find a white phosphorus somewhere. We need one more good trigger part. Oh yeah, and he sells rivets. Boom, 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 boom.
Of abductions in the West End at night. That can't.
The question is where she ends up at.
Good evening, Miss Teasdale.
Here she is.
How have you been since you returned home?
Dr. Reed. Oh, thank God you returned safely from these awful streets. I was so worried about my father that I left without thanking you properly.
Please don't mention it, miss.
Good. I found him, you know. My dad. Or what was left of him. I think my abductor intended to do the same thing to me.
What do you do for a living, Miss Teasdale?
Before my kidnapping, I was a waitress in a pub. Now I'm unemployed.
Were you fired?
No. It's just that after my recent experience, I don't feel like I can go back to my normal life. I need to do something useful.
Be very careful, Miss Teasdale. You were lucky to escape death once, but vampires lurk everywhere.
You killed my kidnapper by yourself, didn't you? No offense, Doctor, but you're just a doctor. I don't see why I couldn't do the same.
Okay.
What do you intend to do?
Dad always told me, Louise, if you want something, don't stop until you have it. I did my research and I found it. Ichabod Throgmorton, professional vampire hunter. I'll be his apprentice.
What can you tell me about this area?
I've never really liked this part of town. It was where my father wanted to live. I won't remain here much longer.
What exactly don't you like about it?
People here are contemptuous and elitist. My dad always said, Louise, always treat people like you want them to treat you.
You seem to cherish your father a great deal.
Dad was the best. He kept an eye on me, but let me make my own mistakes. Louise used to say, mistakes are the best teacher. You would have liked him.
I'm sorry you didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye.
That's all right. He's buried in consecrated ground now. Nothing bad can happen to him.
Why did your father feel guilty? He seemed so eager to welcome you back, as though he'd done something wrong.
Last time we saw each other, we had a terrible argument. I left the house and ended up in a pub. That's where the vampire met me. Dead drunk.
I see.
We argued a lot, me and Dad. But he always came home. I'm sure that's why he went to find me. He knew something bad had happened.
Your father never gave up on you. In the end, he risked everything to save the daughter he loved.
Yeah, that was my dad. Tough bastard, just like me. Even if I'd broken his leg, he would have gone looking for me.
What do you mean?
That last argument we had, it was more of a fight, actually. He slapped me and I kicked him hard in the balls.
Louise, tell me what you really think about your father's sacrifice to save you.
I'm proud he went after me. I forgive him all his harsh words, all his bloody attitudes. I only wish I could tell him how much I loved him.
Yes. It can be traumatic not having the chance to say goodbye to those we love.
Yes, Doctor. And there's no treatment for that type of pain, isn't that right? That may be the last thing my father taught me.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale.
Oh no, wait.
Good evening.
Can I help you, Doctor?
Do you need my...
I have... All right then.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale. And be careful. Until we meet again.
Okay, now she's recovering.
Women die too in this war.
Okay, so let's see. Let's go and do that one then. See what else we have. Lady Ashbury. We have at the hospital. I think I'm gonna do these things and that. Then we have 2 things over there. Plus we need to get to Whitechapel too. Oh wait.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
I may have a...
I think it was one of these we needed, right? To buy it. No, it was not leather, it was aluminium I needed. Question is it down here we need to go?
There's an open window on the 2nd floor. I should be able to get in through that. I will return at a more convenient time. It's locked.
Why can't we go in here now? Like freaking swing went right through him. Okay, so this is the place, but I can't enter there right now for some unknown reason. that, you know. Vermin. Okay, so can't get up there for some reason. Let's go to Whitechapel then. She is now.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Good evening.
Wang Shan.
How do you feel?
What the heck?
I will see you later. Goodbye for now.
Did I make a cold one? Or did I make something wrong? Make the cold? I thought I made one though. I don't know what I made. Derp. And out again. Doo-doo-doo.
Good evening, Shan.
Wang Shan.
How do you feel? You should. Goodbye for now.
Let's get to the hospital because yes, we can't do Pandora's box thing.
Over there! Oh my, vermin!
It's quick to kill him when you're above their level.
Stupid beast! Oh, Christ! Murder him!
Going to him. We still need one more. Just translate. Okay, so Aubrey reads third letter. Reed Mansion, 4th April 1908. My dear child, this is my last letter for you. I chose to hide it in the Pembroke Hospital. Do you remember how disappointed you were when your application was rejected? I have never seen you so upset. For days you did not say a word. This was the first time I realized the darkness you had in you, my son. A black stone embedded in your heart, hidden to all, which I sometimes saw in your sister too. I feared for you both, for I perfectly knew what it meant to feel this gloomy mood. Dark side of the Reeds. The reason why I must go, now that I know I'm condemned. I'm sick, my son. The diagnosis is irrevocable and death will soon come. I refuse to be seen like this by those I love. This is my fault and my decision. You're so far away now, learning with this Dr. Carroll in Paris how to transfuse blood to save patients. Already thinking about how to improve the method you have helped to create. I'm so proud of you, my son, but you can't save me. I won't be Aubrey Reed, the dying banker surrounded by his friends and family, unable to leave his bed. I won't stand it. I don't accept it, so I left. Just like you left us to become the great surgeon you are destined to be. The great surgeon I never want to see next to me, looking at me knowing I will die soon. Keep on studying, my son. Become whoever you're destined to be and do it for yourself, not for your old father who loves you. I have taken all the necessary measures to protect you and my family of any dangers to come. I want you all to remember me as I was, not as I'm about to be. I'll leave for I love you, my pearls and jewels. I do it because I have this dark mood in me I hid from everyone as long as I could. In a few days I'll go where I stood when you left us for France. There I'll leave you a last gift for you. There will vanish, never to come back. Farewell, Jonathan. I wish you to be as happy as I have been with you all these years. Kiss my Mary and my Emmeline for me. Take care of them. Farewell, my dear boy. Believe me ever, my dearest John, your devoted father, Aubrey Reed.
Southwark. My departure for France as a promising student. My return as a brilliant surgeon. About to be killed. Transformed.
No, all the way over there. Why does it have to be over there for?
Hello, Jonathan. How are things on the West End front?
Complicated, my friend. The rich and powerful feel threatened by the disease and have asked me to put an end to it.
Yes. It is odd how resolving a crisis suddenly increases in urgency when it affects those who matter.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson, the famous tycoon, is well versed in vampire and occult knowledge?
No, I did not. But that is no surprise. For half a century, it has been quite the trend for English nobility to join secret societies and occult circles.
But Aloysius Dawson is only a rich merchant.
Yes, richer than Croesus. Wealth is more respected than title these days, even in England.
Did he contact the Brotherhood of St. Paul? Try to join your group?
It would not surprise me, but I am certain he's never been a member.
It looks like the epidemic is spreading to the western districts of London. I am trying to locate the source of the infection.
It won't be an easy task, my friend. This disease is highly contagious.
Do you not think epidemiology could be helpful in this matter? To retrace the origin of infection through time and topology?
If anyone can perform such a miracle, it will be you, Dr. Reed.
Since this epidemic is evidently linked to the vampire curse, we must find the original carrier to understand where it comes from.
I admire your logic, Jonathan, but be careful. Rationality, when it comes to your kind, is not always a reliable lens.
Does the Brotherhood of St. Paul know anything about the Ascalon Club?
Well, I'm afraid that's unlikely. Ascalon is a sensitive topic, and whatever material the Brotherhood has, I may not have access to.
Who could answer me then?
Usher Talltree, our current primate, may be the only one able to answer you. He's a discreet man who lives in the West End.
Thank you for your time, Edgar.
And by the way, I think I might have come up with the next community challenge will be. So let's see. I'm trying to think what the quickest path for all this will be. I need to get all the way down here. Then we need to go back to Lady Ashbury. Such much running back and forth now.
Look at it! Vicious bugger! I hear that. Don't like that, do ya?
Heck, man.
Let's pin it down! Easy does it, boys. We can deal with this bird. Better go steady. He's mine. I'll take it. He's dead. Oh my God! There's safer places to be than here.
Could just run by them, but
I said stay away. Get them weapons ready. We found one. Get them weapons ready. Find one. Be strong, brothers. Away with you. Stay back, beast!
God damn it. Gotta go this way.
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
A leech! Hey guys, we've got one of them. Oh no!
Expensive watch. Whoopie freaking do.
This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Doo-doo-doo. Where is... Yeah, it's over there. I don't know if there's anything to talk to him about anymore.
Evening, Miss.
So long, Roof.
some character over here. I'm interested to see what happened.
In utter silence.
Did he come around or? Here he is.
Good evening, sir. I'm glad to see you safe.
I am not safe. I should never have come back here. My life is in danger. I know it.
You're much safer here than in that contaminated area.
Bullets kill people quicker than diseases and epidemics, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about this district? What can you tell me about
the East End?
What can you tell me about
most
Jack?
Everyone.
Your friend Jack has something to do with you fleeing to the contaminated area where I found you. I want to know more.
Jack is dead. That's all you need to know. Dead because of me. So much violence. So much sorrow. All of that because I refused to be insulted again.
No man can predict the exact outcome of his actions. It's the curse we have to live with. We can only gamble and do what we think is best.
Perhaps you're right. The district was doomed before I was born. But I cannot stop myself thinking that Jack died for me.
Why do you say that?
After I killed that gang member, the Wet Boot Boy suspected Jack. And being loyal and all, he did not refute the accusation.
You are not going to spend the rest of your life hiding, Rodney. What are you planning to do?
Honestly, I have no idea. How am I supposed to live while so many have suffered because of me?
Only you can answer that question. But one thing is certain. Since you owe Jack your life, I think it's fair to live it in a way that would make him proud.
That's the kind of thing Jack could have said, Dr. Reed. Thank you for that. I believe you're a good guy too.
The death of your friend has affected you deeply, hasn't it?
Jack Gillingham was the real deal. He believed we could change the world if we were united and focused enough. And he brought out the best in each of us.
You're right. He died to save you. That alone gives me an idea of the kind of man he was.
He was the bravest. And no one dares to say openly that he got killed by those bastards.
Your friend's plan was audacious, if not reckless. No one stands up by themselves to a gang like the Wet Boot Boys.
How dare you say that? You never met him.
Do you have recent news of Sean Hampton's shelter?
I heard he kept on helping people, but I tried to stay away from his shelter. I don't feel safe there.
Are you worried about the sanitary situation in London?
Not really. I've spent so many days hiding to escape retaliation from the Wet Boot Boys. Now that there's so much chaos, they might forget about me.
Goodbye, Mr. Grader. Take care. Good evening, young man. There's no need to...
Damn it.
Show me what you have.
Easy free. Let's buy it all. Why not? Okay. Okay. Oh, I should be going over that way. Alright. Let's see. Go there and around. Yes. Oh no, these stupid vampires are here still.
Vampires are so weak. Gotcha.
Run by.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a torture. It's a killer. Over there. There's one of them vermin.
Go to the lady quick. Do.
Good evening, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm still investigating from inside the Ascalon Club.
She still never looks at us. She just looks
my dear.
past us some weird way. Her vision.
There are many paintings adorning the walls here.
Yes?
Did you paint them?
No, my dear. But some of them. I have had a long time to learn from the best. I'm currently working on what could be my greatest masterpiece.
What is this masterpiece?
Your portrait, my dear Jonathan. It will be my gift to you, if I ever have time to finish it.
Have you met any famous painters?
Are you trying to divine my age by cross-checking historical dates, my dear? That's a devious parlor trick.
Well, Elizabeth, I tried my best. Don't I deserve some reward at least?
Well, if you must know, I even posed for the greats. Now that you know it, you may recognize me when visiting museums.
How is your investigation going?
I have decided to explore beyond the dictates of reason.
What do you mean?
You may on occasion find this house closed when you visit me. If so, it is because I have gone undercover. Sort of.
Who are you going to surveil? I hope you're not considering spying on McCullum or the Guard of Prewan.
No. I intend to ask a few questions in parts of town I rarely venture into. Dirty places where a delicate lady like myself should never be seen.
When will you return?
As soon as possible. And I don't intend to stay away for long.
I have investigated new sources of infection, and I may have found a new type of skull. One suffering from heavy mutations that is extremely contagious.
Scowls come in various forms, you know. They are simply degenerate versions of their makers.
I believe these families are different, and I'm currently pursuing a lead. I know I can find the true source of contagion by finding who created these creatures.
That would be great news. Be very careful, my dear, when dealing with such creatures.
Goodbye, my dearest.
Goodbye, my beloved.
Oh, I mean, that stage now. Getting there. Okay, so let's see. Fileferer den. Let's see.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
But that's why we couldn't go up there, because it was for this part. So there's two things here then. This one should be here somewhere. Suicide note. I can't stand the pain anymore. It's like my entire body is breaking apart since that bitch infected me. For days now she keeps hiding in her room, giving orders through little written notes and only rehearsing at night. I witnessed one of her so-called rehearsals. She walks on stage, angry and hateful, spitting and whining about her fading beauty. Bitch is infected, rotten to the core, and she plans to infect everyone in this place, and then everyone in London. The next play is not before December, and at this time all the theater's employees will be her obedient minions, forced to serve her evil machinations. I'm sure she found a way to corrupt our food or the water, since we all started to get ill and change after the meal she arranged for us last Monday. I want whoever finds this note to know that I only killed myself to escape the living hell that this place has become. May God have mercy on me and my immortal soul, since I refuse to be an accomplice to this devilry.
Woe to you, nations of hypocrites. For in front of you stands the tall queen. You can but lower your head, fit only to smirk at her soiled feet. Will they adore me again when they shall?
Can that be Doris Fletcher's voice? Where does it come from?
Woe to you, nations of hypocrites. For in front of you stands the tall queen.
Old Doris Fletcher's diary. London, 17th of August 1918. I saw her in the flesh. The witch from my childhood nightmares. The bitch that tortured me for years. I saw her, and I shivered. Her voice, her face. I knew she was in that hospital. I knew she was sick. I wanted to witness her suffering. May I have reinvented myself, become a famous actress, erased those wicked years from my memory. I can't forget I'm her daughter. When I saw her frail body in that small bed, suffering, sick, defeated, I had to hide my tears, for she was looking at me. She recognized me. She saw the hate in my eyes. She smiled. A pale corpse of a mother. The worst thing I felt no satisfaction seeing her in so much pain. The worst was not to suddenly remember the beatings and the abuses. No. The worst was to recognize the hate I felt in my heart when she looked at me. For it was the same hate I saw in hers. But in the end, I can't escape being her daughter. We are the same, my mother and I. It's a bit messed up. obviously there's gonna be a boss fight coming up soon. Exploding lady. Looked.
For in front of you stands the tall queen. You can but lower your head, fit only to smirk at her soiled feet.
Need a key to get in over there. Oh, here we go then.
Who are you? You who dared enter my realm. Are you here to worship or mock me?
I'm here to put an end to the vampire epidemic, Miss Fletcher.
Ah. But Doris Fletcher is no more. She was consumed by this putrid flesh that now enshrouds her.
You feel anger for what happened to you, but I can help you. I'm a doctor, Miss Fletcher.
Doris Fletcher is no more. All that remains are the dreams of the queen she was, and the queen she'll be. Until then, all shall die, for that was her final wish. You kill, arise, and save your queen, my slaves. Behold, Slayer, the disgrace of she was once renowned.
Oh,
She be the queen again once they all share her fate.
Hello, I pressed dodge. Nothing happened. Thank you.
Your blood will be mine.
Oops.
I summon thee, my children of the night. Fight! Maid!
There we go. Get those last
Wait.
swinging.
I beg you, wait.
What?
I don't want to die.
And I did not come to kill you, Miss Fletcher.
Will you spare me then? Save this cadaverous carcass of mine. Does your heart beat a little faster now? You fancy me then, Doctor?
No, Miss Fletcher. My dead heart will beat for only one.
Ah! Is she pretty? Is she sweet and tender?
To me, yes.
Ah! I hate her already.
I know. And this is partly why you must be destroyed.
But you just said...
That I did not come here to kill you, yes. But I realize now the threat you embody must be stopped.
Will I be remembered? Will you?
You were Doris Fletcher, the greatest actress of her generation. No one can take that from you.
Thank you. And farewell.
Farewell, Doris.
Bravo! So dramatic. I love it.
McCullum.
How strange I seem to find you whenever I'm inquiring about that skull infestation.
I mean you no harm.
I'm not here for you. But once I've put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I'm sure we'll have a little chat, you and me.
Stay away from me, McCullum. You and all your war dogs.
That I can't guarantee, Dr. Reed. But I'll let you go. For now.
I should probably leave the theater right now. The West End should be safe now. But London is not. It would be wise to benefit from the Ascalon's protection while I continue my research during the Great Hunt.
New Doris Fletcher's diary. London, 24th of October 1918. Soon I'll be on the stage again. All my rehearsals are almost over. My minions are gathered around me, ready to follow my every command. Soon my audience will return, ready to applaud my art. The young, the gorgeous, my healthy audience. They will return to their families, their beautiful houses and happy lives, delighted by my performance, shocked by my disguise, touched by my grace, my infectious legacy. They will spread the disease one by one and they will turn. I'll be their beloved queen again. And they will never forget me, and I shall have my revenge on the dirty trick fate played on me.
Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here.
Yeah, I think there's nothing I can do here though. Currently, I think we had to come back here. Or that one.
convenient time. These people want me dead. I need to leave now.